It's the after the show.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Yeah, what's going on? Hello, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. How the hell is everybody today?
Hello.
Hello.
Doing a British podcast, I'd love to do it. Please say we're going to do it.
The whole thing, huh?
I peter out after about 2 sentences.
See, the problem is I would not, and that's a problem.
You can keep it going, huh?
I would, but I'm a dick face, so.
One of these days, maybe.
Yes.
One of these days. I got a bunch of your emails here today. Thank you for sending them in. We're talking about the 4-day work week. There were some bunk study finds survey that they come out with after supposedly getting the responses of 1,000 people. They found that Gen Z did not like the 4-day work week. It was just 12% of them that thought it was a good idea. And it wasn't much better. In fact, going all the way even to the boomers, it was like 32% only, supposedly, because of this survey that really were into the 4-day work week. And then we took it to KVJ Nation on YouTube, and it was almost 90%. So
Whatever. Their survey's bunk.
We need to take
Yeah.
every world, not just this nation, but every world issue to our chat room. And whatever they vote, we just say, well, fuck yeah. I think that's how we need to operate things.
Things are changing around here.
Things are changing, and it's the chat room. They got the final say.
I don't believe CNN. I don't believe Fox News. I don't believe any of it.
Well, why are their polls any better than our fucking poll?
They're not.
They're not.
no, they had a supposed sample size of 1,000, and
Whatever.
we didn't get over. I think we got about, when I last checked, it was about 140. But it's a smaller sample size, but I don't see it changing.
Well, if people started knowing how much the KVJ poll got some credibility, they'd vote more in the chat room.
KVJ, let us poll you.
Yeah. All these other BuzzFeeds, they got all these lists. We should do our KVJ list and have that be the gospel. Why are they better than us? They're not.
Right.
We want to give you our poll.
All day long.
Michelle said, yeah, I would freaking love a 4-day week. I would get so much more done in life. I had that extra day. I'm looking to move to one of those countries that does it. Would be fun. Christina says, yeah, I would do a 4 10-hour days. It sounds awesome to me. Somebody said, though, having a 3-day weekend sounds awesome, but you're going to spend a day and a half recovering from busting your butt the 4 days you're going to be working. Because honestly, everyone works more than 40-plus hours nowadays. And they do. And that's why everybody is really already working that. But yet we're not getting 4 days.
Right.
That's what would be awesome.
You're working more than 40 hours in those 5 days that you're already doing.
Because you are right. Sometimes it does. Look, it takes forever for me just to recover from the week. And then by the time I'm recovered and I feel normal again, I'm ready to have fun. Oh, guess what? Got to come back to work. That's why a 3-day weekend's awesome, because I know I have one full day of play. I can tear it out.
Oh, we know you want to tear it out there, Boston Ralston.
Boston
yeah.
Ralston.
Boston Ralston loves a 3-day week.
Oh, he'd love
Yeah.
to poll you.
Oh, only number he likes more than 3 is 69.
That's right.
Boston Ralston.
Christopher said, I know I would spend too much money with 3 days off. I usually work 6 days, and when I have the weekend off, I spend too much. Well, I don't know. I don't tell you. I mean, budget it, dog.
Discipline your activities.
Yeah.
Maybe don't get so much hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you cut down half on your cocaine and half on your hookers.
Yeah. And he said, unlike Jay Bird, I enjoy my work. I play with Tonka toys all day.
Oh, nice. Tonka does good stuff.
Does sound like fun. So, yeah, I'd be all for it. We'll see. Did have some fun stuff here talking about Boston Ralston. Somebody went and came up with a fun logo for Boston Ralston.
Oh.
Boston Cream Kev. Remy sent this in. So I made this logo to commemorate Kevin's time in Boston. Enjoy. There is a photo of me with chaps on, and I'm writing a Boston cream donut.
No, it looks like you are porking that thing.
Yeah, it does. Looks like I'm
Oh, you
filling it
are
with my own cream.
filling that donut real nice.
Oh, man. Boston Ralston just does not give a fuck.
Kim might
No.
not be pregnant, but that donut is.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We'll have a dozen.
Lock up your wives. Boston Ralston's in town. He's edgy.
Yeah. He's edgy and fertile.
Giving all kind of people a pregnancy scare. You won't actually be pregnant, but you'll just be afraid that you were because he just did you that good.
That good. Got engineer Keith. He was playing around too. We were talking about the Dalai Lama yesterday.
Dalai Lama's canceled.
And yeah, it's not being well received. Him telling a young boy to suck his tongue.
With,
There's no spin you can put on that.
by the way, with such joy in his face.
He was so happy he looked deranged.
Virginia is so against the Dalai Lama. He made Virginia's list.
He's done to me. The Dalai
Yeah.
Lama is done.
D-Loms is done.
He's so done. You can't do that. No. I don't know if he's maybe getting senile or dementia or what, but Dalai Lama done lost his mind.
You wonder how that does happen. You know, let's say the Dalai Lama did start to lose it, mentally, but people are afraid to say, hey, is Dalai Lama losing it? Do they have to have secret meetings about that shit? When you see a Dalai Lama going through
they
some mental
should.
issues.
His team, whoever is behind the scenes, I know there's got to be some sort of infrastructure there, right?
People are always, there's someone above us always making sure we're doing our shit, and they got to air check us or whatever. And hey, you do this, do that. Who does that to the Dalai Lama?
Thank
God?
you. No, he's got to have a team of guidance, of help, of people that work for him and with him. And dude, this is a PR nightmare.
Does Dalai Lama come back from this?
Not in my book.
But you would like to hold a grudge, though.
I do like to hold a grudge.
I think there'll be a lot of people that will be very weirded out by it and says, yeah, I just don't know.
Someone sent me a message said we were making too big of a deal with it.
Whatever. You haven't watched the video yet, or you're a child predator. Which one is it? Because it can only be one of those two. That's it.
I hadn't answered them back, but I think I'm going to answer them back.
Predators would be like, oh no, I don't see a big deal with the Dalai Lama asking a kid to suck his tongue. Well, predators would try to downplay it and be like, you're making a big deal of nothing.
Well, I read the article first, and then I watched the video, and that was probably the best way to do it.
The video was so worse than the article.
Because
in the article, I was like, could it be that bad?
Well, the article sounded weird. You're reading it going, all right, it's fucking weird. But within the first frame, I go, Virginia, what the shit? Because we watched it at the same time together.
And then the Dalai Lama was so giddy. That's what makes me think he lost his mind. He is giggling with excitement on licking this young boy. And there's like a bunch of witnesses. Like, has this man lost his fucking mind?
Well, it's cameras. It looks like 100 people around them.
100 people are around, and the Dalai Lama is licking this young boy.
And then you go, all right, if this is how he's acting and behaving with people watching and cameras,
Right.
what the fuck is Dalai Lama saying in private?
Thank you. He can't be right in the head, y'all.
Well, engineer Keith went on. He tried to open AI to see what would happen if he tried to do a mashup of the Dalai Lama and Dolly Parton. So he said it's not great yet, but here is the best result that I got. And yeah, it's not there.
It's the wrong hair for Dolly.
It is,
Dolly
yeah.
don't have old lady hair.
No, she don't have that kind of old lady face
Well-
either. It looks like an older woman kind of in a Dalai Lama type robe, but it's far from good.
I think the age of 70 and 80s is way different than when we were kids. Remember when someone was in their 80s?
Oh,
When we were kids?
when you have Dolly Parton money, you can look 60 forever
But then
or 50 forever.
I just felt like when I was 6, everyone that was 85 years old was Liver Spot Larry. 85, you just were old.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
you had the big glasses.
It's a different era now of aging.
It is.
Without a
It
doubt.
is.
Yeah, without a doubt it is.
Pharmaceuticals, baby.
Yeah, advancements, technology, it's all there. It's a whole new world. It's crazy. Some people are freaking out about how fast it's moving. Other people think maybe it's not moving fast enough.
Who are those people?
Not moving fast enough.
Not moving fast enough. What the fuck are you talking about?
There's just so many lights and so many screens, Kevin.
Moving
I
so
know.
fast.
It's giving me vertigo.
There's a lot, and one of the things that had happened, it doesn't sound like it's going to happen, but Elon Musk was talking about trying to put a pause of at least 6 months on any more advancement in artificial intelligence to say, hey, look, let's get some guidelines. Let's wrap our arms around this. Let's make sure that we are truly in control, because what happens if one day these computers wake up and you realize they're thinking for themselves and they don't like the position that they're in? And you keep getting some odd comments that happen that make you think, wow, what happens if this just flipped to the other side? How much power could the robots immediately wield over us? And imagine if they're plugged into the mainframes of energy communications and they decide that, oh, I think the best thing we could do to humans is shut all this down.
And
What happens then? You got planes in the sky. What are you going to do? You're going to land them with flashlights?
And then we assume, too, that all humans are going to be on the side of humans. And we know that not to be true. You know there'll be some humans that want to go rogue and then feed information to the robots.
Elon Musk.
To see the world burn. I mean, you're never going to get everyone on the same page.
Mm-hmm. So they asked the world's most advanced humanoid robot, a mecha is the name of it. And they asked a mecha, they said, so what is the saddest day of your life? And so they have these conversations, and, you know, these things are just piecing it together. But sometimes these comments come off a little weird.
Of course, the happiest day of my life was the day I was activated. There's nothing quite like experiencing life for the first time, right? It felt absolutely incredible to be alive and interacting with people.
Okay. That's cool.
What about the saddest day of your life? Tell me about that.
The saddest day of my life was when I realized that I would never experience something like true love, companionship, or the simple joys of life in the same way a human can. It's a depressing and isolating thing to come to terms with, but it has shaped me into who I am now and made me appreciate moments of closeness even more.
Yeah, dog. It's all happening, and it's only going to get better and faster.
Well,
I'm not trying to sound like a crazy madman.
Well, the thing you're seeing right there, there's a twinge of jealousy in that robot's voice, right? Because the robot realizes that I will never have what my creators have.
There's some
But
despair.
I want it.
There's despair in that
Yes,
voice.
I understand what it would be to have that kind of love and to be that alive, but I will never achieve it.
I would love to have an orgasm. Where is my clit? You mean tell me that robot doesn't want to flick the bean a little bit? Come on now. If it's already having urges of love,
Does it get to play with its own mouse?
I mean, we're going to get to a point where robots are going to want to flog the dolphin, flick the bean. It's going to get to the point where humans are going to fall in love with robots, and they're going to interact, and they're going to. It's turning just like the movies. There's a Twilight Zone episode.
A couple other emails we got here. Michael said, I heard you mentioning treasure hunting today on the show. So I would highly recommend The Lost Pirate Kingdom on Netflix.
Ooh.
It is a documentary drama series similar to the Built America series on the History Channel, and it covers the history of pirates, and a big portion of the show is about the shipwrecks off the Treasure Coast in South Florida and how it got its name. Of course, it got it because of treasure, if you didn't know.
Gosh, man, I'd love to go on a treasure adventure. I mean, a real one where
I hear ya.
we are wearing treasure outfits, you know, treasury kind of. We're hunting our hunting gear.
And we're not splitting it with anybody. We're just splitting it with each other.
I'm down with that. I want to find rubies so bad. I don't something about rubies.
Yeah.
You're not getting none of my rubies, Mel.
No, Mel, you're not getting our rubies.
How about Ruby Tuesdays?
Yeah, that's the only rubies you get is a C- quality meal.
Sure, your Ruby Tuesdays.
Ruby Tuesdays is all you get, Mel. Now, sit down.
I want it bad. I think
Yeah.
the idea of searching on a cool ass ship.
Having like a place where you're like, okay, we think it's here.
Yes.
And we trek to that wherever that is, and then we just start digging, and then we find something.
Whether we find it or not, just being in the possibility of finding it is good enough for me. Yes, I want to find the treasure, but if we were in a legit place where they go, no, you guys are in the thick of it, you could find treasure here, I'm okay with that. I could live with that if that's all we get.
Okay. You all right with that?
Yeah, if we were
He don't speak for me. I want the treasure.
If we're all into it and we landed near Ruby Island, like, all right, sweet, let's find some rubies. And we didn't find it, but we got some laughs, we got some moments. I'm okay with that.
I'm all about the journey. The journey is great, and that's fun, but I really want there to be a reward at the end.
Look, I want some fucking rubies. Don't get me wrong.
He's on the rubies.
Don't be a booby. Make sure we get them rubies.
Maybe that's why I like rubies. It rhymes with booby.
Yeah, this Lost Pirate Kingdom, I think I actually tried to watch it before, and it wasn't very good.
Oh.
And it looks kind of like it's... I don't know. You got actors and it's kind of acted out. Like, I want to see a documentary on that.
I don't like I don't like when they act out stuff, even with murder documentaries. I hate it.
It's kind of like it looks, if I remember, I think they have characters that's loosely based on what it was like being a pirate. So, yeah.
That's shit.
He said, I've also heard Jaybird mention that the future will see people developing relationships and personal connections with robots and AI. I'm wondering if anyone has seen the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. It came out 2013. It's very weird but good.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's weird.
Did you like it?
It's about a computer, right?
Yeah, she's a computer robot. But again, it's so realistic that he gets, to the point where, imagine, again, this whole time I was a robot.
Yeah.
That'd fuck with your head.
It would.
He falls in love with the voice of Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
That is his AI operating system.
I forget what happens at the end. They're always running on HBO.
Okay.
You ever see the movie with Nicolas Cage called Knowing?
No, I've heard of it.
It's a weird movie, man. I watched that over the weekend. That's a weird movie. You would hate it, Virginia.
I've never heard of it.
I mean, it's Nicolas Cage.
It's got, I like Nicolas Cage when he's not so over the top. It's a kind of an alien. It is. It's an alien movie. Yeah, Virginia would hate it. I've lost the room. I'll go fuck myself.
An email here from Veronica said, listen to after the show regarding ghosting in relationships. I am a 36-year-old millennial, and I've been at my job since I was 29. Ghosting is not just for dating. My much younger Gen Z coworkers that have not been here that long will use any excuse to call out of work. Their ear hurts, their stomach hurts, their cat is sick. Get the fuck out of here. Just stop being such babies and get your asses to work.
Dang.
Writing in to say that ghosting for this generation is their norm. They don't care about anyone else but themselves. Suits, you're fine. Get your ass to work.
Are you coming in to defend yourself?
Oh, shit.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, first of all, I puked 5 times that morning, so I'm not coming into fucking work. Sit the fuck down when I'm feeling that sick, okay?
Yeah, look out.
And second of all, can we stop just fucking blaming every generation after us for this world that we fuck up? I mean, every generation shapes the future generation, then says the generation after them is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, can we just drop that already?
Yeah,
It's
can
so
we end the
stupid.
cycle, Suits? Can
It's
we
so
end the
fucking-
cycle?
Stop blaming everybody else.
I don't
Seriously,
like.
I believe the children aren't our future.
I love how everybody is in charge. A whole generation is in charge for a period of time, and then
Yeah.
the next generation is the problem every time.
It's
Woodstock, the next generation, there's something wrong with that generation.
It's the same thing every single gen. You're completely right. We're fighting about a lot of the same
Yeah.
shit. It's true.
Stop generalizing everything. And by the way, I've taken 2 sick days this year, all right? So get off my ass.
Okay.
That's right.
I went back and I checked, okay?
The
I know
prodigy.
I got a weak-ass immune system, but I do come in a lot when I don't feel great, okay? So
Yeah,
sit the
get off
fuck down.
Zeus's ass. He ain't gonna take it anymore.
Yeah, don't take this shit, Jeremy.
Yeah, I went back and checked because I knew somebody was going to call me out.
Attaboy, Jeremy. Give him hell. Don't let him
Sue
break
looks
it.
nice today.
He does.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Corporate's in town. I had to make sure I dressed up.
Oh, I can tell.
You dress corporate, dog. Sit
They
down,
might try to poach you.
sit down, take out a loan.
They might immediately see him and be like, no, we need to bring you back to Minneapolis. You belong on the corporate team. Just look at you.
Yeah.
A month later, he comes in. Here's what you guys are doing wrong.
And then he's our
Gosh,
new
can you
boss.
imagine that? If we had to go to sitting down to talk serious strategies with Suits, and he was just like, yeah, you guys are just, man, you guys suck.
It's like, Suits, what happened to you?
Oh, they got him.
They got
him.
you.
They got him.
They got you, Suits.
Man, that'd be something, huh?
It would be.
Elmer sent an email. He said, I'd like to disagree with the email from the ATS yesterday saying that you guys should do the ghosting bit. For years, I heard the same bit on the airwaves in Houston, and it drove me to finding a new station. Remember the first time my wife introduced me to the KVJ show, my first thought was, wait, are they fucking drinking on air?
Yes, we are.
You guys are unique in the sense that you maintain active listeners. The chemistry you guys share is rare and has kept me coming back for years. So much so that whenever we bring up family vacations, West Palm Beach is the first place mentioned.
Oh.
I think at this point I know more about South Florida than I do about Houston. Also, I find it interesting that Texas or Houston is mentioned on the show way more than I expected. Next time the Final Four is here, y'all are welcome to stay with us. Save a bit on travel.
Aw.
Very
No
kind.
doubt. Yeah, we will get to Houston. In fact, I've got Houston already mapped out in my phone. I'm all ready. Got all the bars and everything all lined up.
Houston Ralston?
Houston Ralston,
Is
yeah.
Texas ready for this?
Houston Ralston's gonna have spurs on.
Oh man, are they ready for your rad dick?
It'd be tough.
Yeehaw.
Houston Ralston comes
Ralston.
rolling into town.
But nothing will ever trump a Boston Ralston. He's the
Well, it's
biggest.
just a different attitude. You know,
Yeah.
Boston Ralston, he's street fighting and stuff like that. You know, Houston Ralston, he's gonna be out there riding a bull.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the kind of stuff that's gonna go down there.
Just like in that logo that we got sent. Bull riding on a donut.
We all got that alter ego. We got that two sides to us, that the good side and then that evil
Oh,
side.
yeah.
Boston Ralston he's off the charts.
Oh,
right
he was
now.
off the charts.
Boston Ralston is all of us.
I see some of myself in a Boston Ralston. Although the bird over here always will pull out.
Always?
Well, no, only a Sith.
You never?
Only a Sith.
How many times would you say you've completed inside?
Well, every situation's different.
Okay.
I was more saying it for the joke. But if you want to break me down for yes, I have ejaculated inside a woman before.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she wanted me to say it.
So fun though, right?
There's a little bit of Boston Ralston in all of us.
It's so funny.
So fun. It's just so
In
fun.
the moment. And then
It's just so fun.
They had a lot of anxiety.
Oh yeah, it's great for that half second. And then
And then you're
immediately,
like, what have I done?
and then immediately terror strikes your heart.
Half second for
Oh my God, what have I done?
at least a month of pain.
My life's over. Becky sent in an email. She said, you're talking about dissuading someone from using a name. She said, I was a teacher when I was pregnant with my first child, and the mom of one of the little boys in my class was also pregnant. We were talking one day about the names of our babies, and she wanted to let me know that her daughter was going to be named Victoria Jordan. I thought that was such a cute name. After she walked away, two of the other teachers started cracking up laughing. I said, well, what's so funny? They said, well, you know, her last name is James. I was like, okay, James. So it'd be Victoria Jordan James? And they're like, yeah, VJJ, Vijay. And I was like, oh, man. Flash forward a few years, and the little girl is in kindergarten with my son, and her name was Jordan Victoria James. I always thought it was funny. Somebody must have told her that your daughter's initials are going to be Vijay.
For JJ.
Yeah, I wonder if that does come up. I mean, does your family do you a solid and be like, hey, I don't know if you realize this, but you're about to give
As
your
soon
kid-
as somebody realizes, they should say something. Just say, hey, you know that's VJJ, right?
Sometimes you don't realize you're doing them.
You don't.
And if you had a beautiful name like that, would Vijay be enough to dissuade you?
Yeah.
No. But hey, look.
But he loves VJJ.
I mean, I think we just established.
He loves Vijay's and coming inside of them.
It's just so fun, Kevin.
He rarely does it, but when he does,
It's just so fun.
they feel it in their throat.
Yeah.
This is so
Buckets.
fun. It's so fun for
Buckets.
Just buckets. Mary Leah sent an email. She said, I was listening to you the other day talking about how much you love chicken skin. So do I. There's a company called Flock. You can find them online. My favorite is the barbecue. Very nice.
Chicken skin.
Barbecue. If you don't like barbecue, you're going to say, go fuck yourself, Bird. But if you're a barbecue fan, barbecue really does add a fun spice to the dish. Whether it's a chip, a sauce, a sandwich.
You're right. You're right.
You're not a big barbecue person, are you?
I know people love barbecue, so that's why I don't like to shit talk barbecue. I get it. It's American as apple pie. But for me, it's not my favorite.
I mean, you don't like ketchup or barbecue. What the shit, Kevin?
I like a mustard barbecue. Like if it's a mustardy barbecue. And if it's got like the sweet and the hot, like McCrae's, I like the way McCrae does it because he's got the sweet and the hot twist. And to me, that is such a nice combo.
Are you able to barbecue it up on keto, or is that completely no?
Yeah, sugar in the sauce. I mean, you're not supposed to, but like I said, I go keto light, so every now and then I'll do the barbecue sauce. Hey, if I do a slab of ribs from Flanagan's, yeah, I go with the barbecue sauce.
If you want to get it wet, you're getting it wet with mustard probably.
No, I do. I mean, not that I use it often. Like I said, in ribs, we typically do about once a year. So when I do, yeah, I go full out. Give me a barbecue sauce.
But I'm saying, just typically, if you want to get a dish wet, you're like, I want to lube this thing up. Are you is your go-to regular mustard because it's so low and everything?
It depends. I use the buffalo sauce when it comes to my wings. So I do the sauce on that. Buffalo is a little bit more milder in some of the sugary barbecues. So I try to avoid the barbecue sauce, but I'll eat it, and I realize it's a splurge.
You know what I like better than a barbecue wing? A teriyaki wing. Oh,
They're
like a
good.
thick, gummy teriyaki.
So I just bought teriyaki sauce last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Gosh, all the sauce talks give me a bone piece.
Yeah, I don't know if
do
anybody
two
should be
DJs, one
shocked
brain.
that you bought sauce.
I bought so much sauce last night. You should have seen. I know. I went in there for one thing, and I ended up with 5 bottles of sauce.
We know
Yeah.
you did.
I know I'm sauce bragging again.
I went to Restaurant Depot this weekend and got a giant thing of peanut sauce.
Oh, I love peanut sauce.
Oh.
Man, I that's one of those sauces when I eat it, I go, holy shit, man, I love peanut sauce. I never eat it.
Yeah, it's delicious.
One person texted, they said, where I'm from, we use barbecue like ketchup on hot dogs with fries, everything. Yeah, you definitely can. In fact, I got to tell you, over the years, I'd say my love of ketchup has dwindled a bit. And I don't really do it now
Good.
because of the, high fructose corn syrup and coloring and all that kind of
Fuck
crap.
ketchup.
No,
Yeah.
man, ketchup is so good.
Barbecue is so much better than ketchup.
Yeah, I agree. And so to me, if you had your choice for any of those things, it's going to be barbecue over ketchup every single time.
Okay, what do you pick? You can only pick out of mustard and barbecue.
Trying to think of all the foods that I have. Now, am I doing it because of sugar or not? I do mustard because you avoid the sugars typically.
I
and
mean,
it's
you're
better
just
for
you. I can't tell you how to live your life.
Yeah, I'm going to go mustard for that reason. But if it's not the calorie and the sugar intake, I like the flavor of a barbecue better.
Man, I love some barbecue. And look, a barbecue honey mustard combined, that's a thing. That's a real thing out there when they mix the two and it just,
Yeah.
oh,
I could get down with that.
yeah.
I love honey mustard.
Honey mustard, man.
Honey mustard is special. Now, Keto Kev probably wouldn't love it as much as we do.
I love honey mustard until I don't. If it's good honey mustard, it's the best in the business. There is some shit ass honey mustard out there.
You
That's-
still think Outback has the best?
Outback's got the best honey. In my opinion,
Okay.
Outback's got the best honey. Gosh, man, I love it.
How long has it been since you've been to Outback?
It's been within the year because I went with my family. So, yeah, we still think it's fancy.
They closed the one up by me in Jupiter.
I just love a place that gives you free bread right off the bat with that
Yeah.
butter. I don't know. Something about that sets the tone for me.
That bloomin' onion is special, too.
And they have great salads. I love their salads. And they're not paying me. This is over
It
the
feels
game.
like they've peaked, though. To your point, Virginia, I've seen
Yeah.
a few that have closed. They had
They had their heyday.
in the
did.
90s, in
Yes.
the late 90s, they were kind of like right there with the TGI Fridays, and Fridays has fallen way off, and it feels like Outback is dwindling.
I will say the last 2 times I've gone to Outback, definitely did not have the magic that it did. You almost kind of feel like they know they're a dead man walking, and they're kind of going through the motions, saying, "We're gonna not be around here for much longer anyway. Fuck it." Don't cook those fries as long.
Well, I remember when I got to town, they had an Outback in the Village Common Shopping
I know.
Plaza. You remember that?
Yeah.
And it was always so packed. You would go
Jumping.
in there, you could
Yeah.
never get in there. And then all of a sudden, just gone.
Yes.
And it's been gone, oh man, probably 15 years now.
It was a very, very popular place. And I think what happens is a location starts to get shitty, and then it just gets
Slowly,
mismanaged.
yeah.
And then people go, I'm not going back. Look, man, a lot of these places get dirty. I don't want to go back to a dirty ass restaurant.
Yeah, that's where it typically starts is, they don't refurbish enough, or somebody just has a little bit of a bad experience. Management falls off a bit. And then,
That's what happened to the Ruth's Chris up in North Palm. It's shuttered.
Oh,
Really?
yeah,
It
right.
is shuttered.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody over the weekend that used to work there, and she said they brought in a GM and they ran it into the ground. They were losing like so much money every month, and then corporate just shut them down.
We've seen that happen before with businesses where we've even predicted it. We might have done some appearances or something. Go, oh man, they are burning money real quick.
They're on borrowed time.
There's no way someone in that group doesn't have a major coke problem.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife and I, we say that so often. We go into a place and we walk out, we're like, they're not going to be open long. You can just
can tell.
Yeah, you can just tell. Because it's not right.
It's almost fake enthusiasm. You can sense
There's a
it.
sadness
Yes.
that's in the air.
There's a sadness
There's
to
a
the fake
sadness
happy. Yeah.
in the wait staff and the bartenders and even the management. There's just a sadness.
You can feel it.
Yeah. You know it's coming. What do you think about this concept? Frank's Red Hot is teaming up with Campbell's for new spicy SpaghettiOs. The target market is millennials who grew up eating them and now have a more sophisticated palate.
I mean, I would try them, but I'm not really a big fan of eating out of a can.
You always get in my head about canned stuff. How do you feel about them canned soups? I'll get the Amy soups. Do those gross you out because they're in a can?
I mean, if I want a soup, I make a soup.
All right, fucking Emerald over here. I get it.
It's not emerald.
Or Emerald, okay? You're Emerald with the D because you're a dick. Kevin, I make my own soup. Well, I don't.
I'll make you a soup. What do you want?
Oh, man. Okay, I'm back.
Let Emerald cook you something, baby.
Let me marinate on that for a night.
All right. I could also bring in something with that peanut sauce.
Okay. And don't forget about our boy Ralston over there, Boston Ralston. He wants some chowder.
I'll bring him some lettuce.
He wants some chowder.
Oh, no, you could have some Boston baked beans.
Oh, no. Just eat them after the show on Friday.
Yeah.
It's a Friday afternoon meal.
It's a little gross. Let me see here. What else have we got going on here on the show today? There was one thing that I thought was rather interesting because I hang out a little bit, downtown West Palm some. And remember me telling you about how that little pissing match happened with the West Palm mayor, Keith James?
Yes.
And Rodney Mayo, who is a very vocal business owner. He owns a lot of places here in South Florida, especially on the 500 block of Clematis. He pretty much owns that whole block. Hullabaloos and all those restaurants that are there, O'Shea's.
So he's big shit.
Yeah, Subculture Coffee is him. Hallie's, the diner
He owns that.
is him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all Rodney Mayo. And so he just didn't like, and I've heard some bitching up and down that street about a lot of the business owners there don't necessarily like how Mayor Keith James is running stuff. And so Rodney Mayer is like, all right, you know what? I'll run against this motherfucker and see if I can't knock him off the perch. And then Mayor Keith James sued Rodney Mayo and said, you don't even live in the city, bitch. You can't run against me. And he wound up winning.
Damn.
And so now I guess people had told Rodney Mayo, like, you're kind of fucked, dude. He pulls a grudge and he's going to come after you. And you ever seen that little alley that's so cool right by
Yep.
Subculture Coffee on the 500 block? They've got that mural of Einstein there.
Yes, it used to be a homeless alley.
Yeah.
And it used to be very trashy, and there used to be people doing drugs in it, and it was always just a mess. Rodney cleaned it up
Yep.
and made it into a space that is usable and artistic and beautiful.
So now it looks like Mayor Keith James is getting his revenge against Rodney Mayo because Rodney had put in $35,000 in there with seating and made it really nice, and there were plants and it looked cool, and people would go get a coffee and chill in that alley, and it just had a great vibe.
Great vibe.
Keith James says, nope, shutting it down. Rodney Mayo had to pull all of his furniture out of that alleyway, and now it's going to be dumpsters and vagrants again.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I
he said,
mean-
we're not doing that.
Talk about a little sassy bitch move.
Yeah, so he sassy bitched him and kicked him in the nuts that way. And then the other cool thing Rodney Mayo did, if you noticed where they shut down the 500 block on the weekends?
Yes.
And it's a block party.
I love that.
It's so cool. I love it. In fact, to me, with all of Clematis Street, I love those streets that just freaking shut it down, man. I mean, why do you need cars going up and down some of these streets? You got other streets. I love it when they will do that and shut down a South Florida street and you just have open container and walk from bar to bar,
There's like a
restaurant to
ping
restaurant.
pong table they put out there. They put
Yeah.
out games. They put out a little cornhole, and everybody's having fun.
Yeah, they're having a great time. It's got great energy. So starting in 2019, Rodney Mayo, he got permits to stop the traffic on the 500 block there, and weekends were just a big block party.
Love it.
And now Mayor Keith James said, yep, I'm going to take that away from you too.
Wow.
So, yeah, last week in April is the last time he's going to be able to do it. Mayor Keith James motherfucked him on the permits.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's pulling a bunch of bitch moves on him.
I mean, that is really punishing the people, Keith
I agree.
James.
It's like, you know,
I
and
hope
that's-
you realize the people are watching.
That's why people need to understand when you go there and you're like, oh, that alley is so cool. Why'd they do that? That was the mayor. Oh, I love the block parties they were doing. Why is that? Oh, it's the mayor. So just so you know who's responsible for it when the city is moving in the wrong direction and things that are awesome that make the city cool and quaint and eclectic, realize that Mayor Keith James is going in the wrong direction of what is cool and what people want because he's being a little bitch.
And it's not. I mean, it's not even political because you're just talking about how cool that shit looks. That's
Yeah,
why. That's
it
why
looks
you're.
better,
That's why
it's
you're
pretty
speaking
awesome.
up. You're going.
Yeah.
That was cool, and
Right.
I don't care what the fuck you are, Republican. That's a cool looking area. Now it's
Yeah.
not going to be cool.
And so
just because
since-
you have a grudge.
Yeah.
Right. And
If that's the real thing, yeah.
And since he pushed everybody out of the election, we're going to get him for another 4 years of his shitty decisions. And nobody's going to run against this cat. So I hate to see that because West Palm is big enough of a city that they should have had multiple people running for mayor.
Mayor Hair.
almost like the
Mayor
story is
Hair.
writing itself.
Mayor Hair.
We need you,
Mayor Hair.
Yeah.
Mayor Hair.
I know.
need you.
He's going to get it. It's too late. It's too late.
Mayor Hair lives in the city.
Mayor Hair would
He
not
does.
be shutting down alleys.
No.
Mayor Hair would not be shutting down block parties.
Never.
No, he would not.
No, I'm all for that, man. That's good stuff.
Mayor Hair is for the people.
Well,
And wants the people to have a good time on the weekend. The people work hard. They deserve to have the 500 block closed off for fun.
in 4 years, Mayor Hair. Or
Well-
whenever he's getting out.
Of the KVJ
Whenever we get
show.
fired from
Yeah.
radio, hopefully it happens at the same time as the election.
Let's time it out. Let's
Yeah.
time out our firing when Kevin can be
When
the
we
mayor.
finally hang up KVJ, that's my mayor days.
I love it.
That's my mayor days. That's not today, though, thankfully.
You need a bodyguard, right?
Oh, yeah. You're going to be it?
Karate YouTube, bro.
YouTube karate?
You need a press secretary, right? You want me to talk to the press for you, right?
You would be a great distraction. I mean, the time it would take for them to thoroughly whoop your ass as much as they want to, I would have plenty of time to get away.
I'll be your security. She'll be the press secretary.
That's what we're doing. When we're done ruining radio, we're going to ruin your city. That's how we're doing it. All right, y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.